Good morning, respected teachers and my brothers and sisters here. I would be presenting an interesting case that is Calotropis induced keratitis. So, what is Calotropis? Calotropis is a shrub and it is ubiquitous in India and especially in West Bengal, and it is known here as Akondo. Now, where it is used? It is used for in indigenous medicine, quack practices, and most commonly in Shivratri Puja for शिव को चढ़ाने के लिए, ठीक है. So this produces a milky white thick sap which profusely comes out while breaking the leaves, stalk or plucking flowers of the plant. As such, it is not uncommon for the sap to be accidentally introduced into the eyes, and it causes marked inflammation. This report by me narrates a few such presentations and findings and their management. So here I examine the patient. Upon listening to chief complaints and taking proper history, I examine the best corrected visual acuity via Snellen chart, and then I examine via slit lamp examination the conjunctiva, cornea and anterior chamber. And then I had to examine the corneal endothelium via specular reflection only, and intraocular pressure was measured by non-contact tonometer, and fundus was examined after dilatation and checking for pupillary defect by slit lamp with 90-degree lens and indirect ophthalmoscope. So what do we find here? We present here 3 cases. They are all female and of 35 to 39 years of age. They had no previous complaint, but they were accidentally exposed while breaking the flowers and leaves during this coming Shivratri Puja. Then the sap went inside their eyes, and then all of them reported burning sensation and watering immediately after, followed by there was grittiness and redness, and within 2-4 hours there was blurring of vision. But surprisingly, there was no such ocular pain per se. By best corrected visual acuity in the affected eyes was 6/60 to 4/60 in the cases. While doing the slit lamp examination, we found out there was conjunctival and circumcorneal injection, and there was presence of descent fold, that is corneal stromal edema and striate keratopathy. And the anterior chamber was quiet, and corneal endothelium and fundus was normal. This case. And now we did this thing, we gave the patient, we assured the patient, at first we assured the patient that upon taking the history that it has been caused most likely by the calotropis, and we have given him moxifloxacin dexamethasone eye drop to use 6 times per day. And on follow-up, the edema and keratopathy improved after only 2 to 3 days, and inflammation completely resolved by 7 days, as we can see in the picture, and BCVA came back to 6/6 in all of them. So based on history of exposure and clinical features, these cases are diagnosed as calotropis-induced toxic keratoconjunctivitis. The clinical course and response to treatment was very similar to a publication by Nidhi Pandey ma'am et al. That was published in Indian Journal of Ophthalmology, and none of them showed loss of endothelial cells or any intraocular inflammation. The corneal edema and striate keratopathy is probably due to the irritant nature, and the painless clinical course could be due to the analgesic property. So these are my references. I took help from these.
Thank you, Anik. Anik covered almost most of the part of toxic keratoconjunctivitis. Only one question, Anik. You stopped steroid in 1 week.
No, sir. I actually tapered the steroid.
Tapered over how many days?
So I tapered over, sir. Then the follow-up came, and I gave the moxifloxacin plus dexamethasone 4 times per day, and then I gave it BD, and then I stopped it.
So total 4 weeks, 3 weeks. How long?
3 weeks, sir.
3 weeks. So that's the point of debate. I would like to put to the panelist. How long you will continue steroid in cases of toxic keratoconjunctivitis?
We will give at least for 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the severity. Usually I start with 6 times and then taper weekly until 4 to 6 weeks.
Yes, I follow the same. Also, I would avoid a combination of antibiotic and steroids. So, like, better to,
Yes,
because
ma'am, it is
steroids you
better
have to
to do
taper,
that.
and so.
But it is better to, ma'am, separate those and give it. But
Especially here, because you generally don't have epithelial component. If you have an epithelial component, it's the traumatic.
Yes.
But the toxic component doesn't lead
Doesn't
to
need
epithelial, so you can stop the antibiotics sooner. And ideally, you should not taper antibiotics also.
Ideally, I
So
shouldn't,
for
like,
both purposes, that can be done. I think it's interesting that most of the case reports have females only, because females seem to be plucking the flower for the religious festivals, and very few males have actually, throughout all the case series. It is
Females and pujaris, because they keep that flower near the god and they accidentally touch their eyes and they also gets involved. So steroid, why did I ask that question, is because there is a controversy. Few people believe, although the inflammation clinically resolves, but some low grade inflammation keeps on ongoing for almost 3 to 6 months. So few surgeons, they continue steroid for a longer duration, but as ma'am also said, few surgeons, they believe no, once this clinical signs resolves, no need to continue steroid. Thank you, Anik. Then we have next presenter, please.
Thank you, sir.